It's Liz with you from My Talking Kitchen. Today I'm starting a new show and it's called Conversations with Liz, where I'll be speaking with ordinary yet extraordinary vision impaired and blind people about their lives. I'll also be speaking with their family members and support workers. So grab a cuppa, sit back and enjoy. Today, my first conversation is with Zoe Grant, my ATS teacher, assistive technology specialist. Oh, such a mouthful. I've been working with Zoe for about 8 years and she's been helping me along the way, learning JAWS and iPhone. We've been putting together my Talking Kitchen website and doing videos and all sorts of fun stuff. Good morning, Zoe.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I think the important thing that you forgot to mention is that we're both still sane.
Oh, yes, that's right. Well, it's a wonder you are because I'm sure I've tested your patience. You are the most patient person on this earth. You have never like huffed at me or, done any sounds that I've heard anyway. You probably got off the line and like hit your head against the wall and gone for the Jack Daniels or whatever, but never to my ears. I couldn't live without you, Zoe. So Zoe's been with us for 8 years and we've gone through lots of different stages and I've learned so much through her and I just love it. I love learning. It's great. So today I thought we'd talk about, seeing Zoe is a technology specialist, talk about, her schooling. Was there any help in the beginning with her schooling? Maybe by university she got help. And maybe I'll talk about my schooling history too. So if you could start there, Zoe, like in the early days, I knew you had vision impairment.
So in the early days, they didn't know what to do with me, simply because at my school, I was the only child with albinism, and I was the only child that had photophobia and nystagmus and an evil sense of humor to match with it. They didn't really know how to work with me. For example, it was a public school, and they were adamant that the only way to really educate me was to put me in the special education unit, which wouldn't have really done anything for me.
No.
So I stayed in mainstream, mostly because my dad was very much give and go. And just let him try, see what happens. Best decision he ever made. And so I was just in school with everyone else. They thought the best ideas for me were to have a student with albinism in a bright classroom. Good fun, great idea. And to have me at the back of the room. Again, brilliant idea.
I had no experience, did they?
Absolutely not.
Had no experience, yeah.
Which, interesting. It was an interesting experience. Back then, we had grades 1 through 7 in primary school, which it blows my mind to think that that's actually different now.
Yeah.
Now it finishes in grade 6, I believe, which is...
It does, yeah. And then off to high school.
Fun. Yeah, okay. So I was given, as time went on, so about grade 4, they started doing things like orientation and mobility training. So getting me around the school with a cane. And
that was with, who was that with?
That was with guide dogs.
Guide dogs.
So I had an instructor who would basically take me out of class. And we'd go in the middle of class through the school because there was no one around. And basically I could learn the layout of the school, learn the layout of everything, and learn routes getting to and from the front gate.
Yeah.
Things like that. And so I started a little bit late because usually you do that much, much, much earlier. But here we are. And I started getting access to things like magnifiers.
Oh, yes.
I had small handheld mags, which are about 6 times magnification, which were, as far as I was considered, the best piece of equipment I ever had.
Yes.
I could read, I could write, I could do everything I wanted to do.
Yeah.
At just about the same speed as everyone else.
Mm.
And when I was in grade 6, they gave me a CCTV.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you
I've
remember
tried.
those things? Yeah.
I tried those back in the day. I tried one of those. Yeah. Still couldn't hardly see it. But yeah. Yeah, but they're
So
great for people.
they
Yeah.
are. The one they gave me had one setting, and that was green background and yellow text.
Oh, yuck. That even sounds gross to me.
So it wasn't very helpful, and they wondered why I didn't use it.
Yeah.
But one of the best things I ever learned to do was touch type.
Yes.
So when I was in grade 3, they were adamant I learned to touch type.
Oh, wow.
And it's a skill I have used literally every day since.
Yes.
It's something I have never looked back on negatively. I've never looked back on it at all for obvious reasons. But it's something I learned that has had a huge impact on my professional life because I'm faster than most people I work with.
Yes.
And it's helped me learn things like keyboard shortcuts and the layout. So if I have to learn a new JAWS shortcut, for example, I'm already there. I've gotten it. I thought it was entertaining. By the end of grade 3, I was faster than all my teachers.
Yeah.
We used to have typing competitions, which I always won.
Oh, how cute.
It was great. I loved it.
It must have looked so cute with a little cane walking around the school. Oh.
God, they were tiny back then.
Yeah, that would have been. I've never seen a little person with a cane. No.
I remember working with a girl who she got her very first cane and she was so excited. She treated it almost like a little puppy.
Oh, God bless. Well, once you get used to them, it opens up your life, doesn't it? I know I resisted, but, you keep going on. I'll tell my stuff later.
Oh, no. It's good that you mentioned that because a lot of people do resist using canes.
Oh, I did. I resisted, until I fell over quite a few times. I resisted. I fell over gutters and all sorts of the things. And I thought, oh, God, I've got to do this. I've got to bite the bullet. And there was all this emotional baggage, like I'm going to be embarrassed. They're going to know I'm blind. Oh, a lot of us, just fake it until we can't.
You see,
and then once I learned, it was just a simple path where I was shorelining or something, the first teacher, she just showed me how to tap, cover my body and tap to the grass. I thought, God, this is great. It felt so freeing and I knew there wasn't anything in my way. It was wonderful. Yeah.
It's good that you mention that though, because a lot of people do fake it.
Yeah.
And whether it's stigma or whether it's they don't want to feel like a burden or whether it's I can do it because the pride is so strong. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that come with having
yeah.
But can relate because I used to trip on things. I used to fall. I used to get bruises all the time because I was constantly running into things like a fool. I didn't use a cane.
Yeah.
I learned in grade 4 to use a cane. And when I got further on in life, because teenagers are 10 foot tall, bulletproof, and nothing can hurt them, as you know. So I stopped using a cane because I don't need it. Why would I need a cane? I'm not blind. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Then the clumsiness started.
Yeah.
Then I kept falling. Then I kept tripping. Yeah. You know where this is going.
Yeah.
Yep. And the thing that I found is there's nothing worse than a bruised pride.
Yes. Yes.
Everyone gets to that
Especially
point where they say
in front of people.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's the big one.
In front of the mates or whatever.
Yeah. And so there's always that lesson of, do I want to look slightly different by using a cane?
Yeah.
Do I want to look like a fool by tripping over?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I had to work out exactly. But it comes right to it, doesn't it? You push yourself so far and then you say, no, I can't take it anymore. And then once once I learned it, I was just off. It was great. And I didn't care. I didn't care what other people thought of me.
That's right. And you find a lot of blind people have a very thick skin because, one, people are going to say what they're going to say. Who cares?
Yeah.
I stopped caring what people think when I was 15.
Yeah.
And it's just to the point where if using a cane makes me safer, which it does, I'm going to use a cane.
Yep.
Because there's no worse feeling than feeling vulnerable.
Oh, yes, yes. And when you're lying on the bitumen, with a twisted ankle, oh boy.
Speaking from experience, yep.
Yeah, yes. Oh, yeah.
No, it's a great thing. So yeah, I learned to use a cane again back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
God, that's going back. Holy crap.
Yeah. God, yes, you're so old. Not.
I have reached the point in my life where I can say back when I was a kid, and that's a scary thought.
Like the parents used to say, hey.
That's it. I can do one better and say that was a whole gender ago. So, whatever.
Yeah. I say back in the old days now.
Back when it was black and white and sepia. Yep.
Yeah.
I got this little device called a monocular. You ever seen a monocular?
Oh, yeah. I had one of those made for me.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I did too. And I could see long distances. It was great because there was so much I was missing. I had no idea, that there was a tree up here that had these beautiful little birds in it.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea where there were these windows that had in my school. There was this one room that had a window that was painted by the students.
Ooh.
So it was almost like a stained glass display. It was great. I couldn't see it.
No.
Until I used a monocular, and then I thought, oh, wow, this is actually really cool.
Yeah.
And so from there, went to doing IT and absolutely adored IT. I was, again, the fastest one there because I've been typing since grade 3.
Yeah.
And I picked up everything that they learned. The only trick is I was at a public high school and we didn't have access to screen reader software.
No.
So I had to learn how to use the built-in stuff. So I used Microsoft Narrator.
Okay.
You ever use Narrator?
Is that no, I've never heard of it. So is that a text-to-speech?
It is. It's the built-in screen reader for Windows.
Oh, okay.
And it's something that every computer comes packaged with.
Really?
You can use it from the get-go. The only thing is it's quite limited.
Right.
So it's designed as more of a spur-of-the-moment spot reading thing.
Oh, okay.
Which is what I learned to operate. And when you have a generic American voice that talks like this.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And it's very boring. Yep.
Back in the early days of Jaws, we used the, that, sort of slow American voice.
It was almost
it was more like a robot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas now we've got Catherine, but we've got lovely voices these days. So
we do, thankfully. I still stick with eloquence. I still think eloquence is a good voice. I'm probably biased because that's how I first learned to use Jaws.
Oh, okay. I use Catherine and Karen.
Karen, yeah. Hey,
she's good.
In your neck of the woods, hey.
Oh dear. Yeah.
But no, the voices have come such a long, long way.
Oh, they have. It's fantastic. Did you have Jaws at university?
I did. I first learned to use Jaws and Zoom text at uni.
Oh, yes.
I went to JCU in 2007 is when I went to JCU for the first time.
And you studied what?
I did a Bachelor of Social Work.
Mm-hmm.
Started out as community welfare and counselling, and then I switched over to social work because it was all of that plus more.
Yeah.
And I'd always wanted to work in the disability field.
Yes.
I think because for me, it was always a matter of giving support that I didn't get or helping to improve people or improve people's situations in their lives was what I wanted to do. So I did that, got JAWS and Zoom text, which were locked to the PCs at the accessibility, which is the department that does.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
A disability section that you can get things through and get help through. Yeah.
That's it. I had to use it within that. So I got a laptop and the laptop had a copy of JAWS on it.
Yeah.
And so I kind of learned and built my skills from there.
Yes.
And started using JAWS really comfortably around 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And then got into the workforce in 2010. Really stopped having time to use JAWS.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the work that I did was counseling.
Okay.
And I did counseling and crisis intervention, which was a very hands-on job.
Mm-hmm.
because we worked with people who'd, come out of rehabilitation or
Yes.
come out of prison or had just suffered a severe injury.
Okay.
Or domestic violence. They were very, very hands-on cases. And most of the time, when case notes were done, they were done on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
And there wasn't really a lot of time to kind of boot up JAWS, use JAWS, get where I needed to go and do it. So I just kind of use what functional vision I had and magnification.
Yeah.
And jump there and do my case notes and move straight on to the next one.
Yes, yeah. And I'm sure you were very good because you've used your skills with me at times over the years, and you've been very lovely. Yeah. Oh,
I swear I didn't pay her to say that.
No, you didn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, you worked for some organisations after that?
I did. I worked for the North Queensland Domestic Violence Resource Service.
Oh, yeah.
I did about 18 months there. From there, it was Queensland Health, where I worked in rehabilitation, including drug and alcohol rehabilitation and stroke support. That was fascinating.
I'm learning things today. You haven't been truthful with me.
The interesting thing that I found, so I worked in stroke support, and we had a lot of people who had a lot of sensory conditions following their stroke.
Yes.
We had people who went to bed fully sighted and woke up blind.
Oh, God.
Which I couldn't even imagine what that's like.
No. That happened to my mother.
Yeah.
She had dementia. Yeah. She went to bed one night and woke up blind. Yeah. Very hard for them.
Couldn't imagine that. The thought of that, even though I've had low vision my whole life, the thought of that scares me.
I don't know, Zoe. Sometimes I think I'd like to ask someone that one day. Would it have been my life been easier if I was born totally blind, or would it have been easier the way I have lost sight, which has been like 6 month by 6 month all over my whole life? So since I was about 5, I just wonder that. I suppose I would have lost out in seeing a lot because I had fair partial sight.
Yeah.
So I could see trees and all that sort of thing. And even by the time I had my babies in 81, 83 and 87, I could still see fairly well their face, which was nice. But, of course, now I only see shade and light. But, yeah, I do wonder that.
Do you still remember what things look like?
Yes, very easily, and I remember colour very easily. And I think I would have missed colour because I do like, especially when I go shopping for clothes, I do like to bring up in my mind's eye red, yellow, orange. Yep, I know all that. Whereas it must be hard for a person that's born completely blind to even understand what red looks like.
Absolutely. It's a tricky thing. So I've had vision deterioration. I had more vision than I did before 2020 because, nothing bad ever happened in 2020. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I had more vision back then, but I'm noticing now I can't tell the difference between red and orange.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't
close
tell
together.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
They all look identical to me.
Yeah.
So my partner and I will constantly say, "Oh, this is orange. No, it's red." I'm like,
it's orange. Hey, I'll swear I've got to put on a white T-shirt. Look, I believe I've got a white T-shirt on today. But I'll say to Gary, I've got a white T-shirt on today, haven't I? And he'll say, no, it's orange and it's got flowers on it. And I don't know. Because when I buy certain clothes, if I really like the style and the material, I'll buy 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah, I should be like labelling them with the pen friend tags. Oh, dear. Yes.
At the end of the day, though, comfort's an important thing.
Yeah,
You've got to be comfy with what you're wearing.
Yeah.
And the heat we have to watch out for, don't we, hey?
The heat up here, yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Who else did you work for? Yeah.
I worked for a sewing company in my local town. I was their IT technician.
Oh, yeah.
And I did that for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
So I built a website.
So this is all in your early 20s, isn't it? Early to mid-20s.
During that time, I also did a secondary job where I worked as a circus and theatre performer.
Oh, yes.
That's not even a joke.
Very exciting. Yeah, but tell them what you did in the circus thing.
So I did fire twirling, the staff poi and fans. I did
Crazy.
contact juggling. I did stilt walking aerials, so lyra and trapeze.
Yes.
And I
Crazy.
did living dolls.
Oh, yes. The type you see in malls and things where they're all dressed up and makeup and they look like a statue. Yeah. Oh, that would have been fun.
It was great. I had so much fun with that because it would always be a matter of I'm very good at picking what people do and where they move. So I'd always move in the slightest little way.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great because when I would stalk them, I walk very, very quietly. An awful shame if someone just opened the interview to me saying, oh, when I stalked them.
Yeah, stalker.
But I learned that I did the ghost tours as well.
Oh, yes.
I was the tour guide and the main person responsible for scaring the living daylights out of people. Best job I've ever had.
Yeah. Didn't someone say to you, because you have albinism, oh, you dress up well for this?
When I rocked up for the job, actually, I never actually told them that I had albinism. And the tour coordinator at the time just said, wow, you did really good with your makeup.
Yes. How did you feel when you told me?
I laughed my guts out. That was great.
No makeup here, love.
And we both laughed our guts out because it's like,
funny.
Oh, that's just you. That's cool.
That's really good.
So I used to hang around in the cemetery scaring the crap out of people. And then I did the ghost. It was always my special privilege because I walk very quietly because of the ghost tours. I'm very quiet when I move. So I would always go for the person with the loudest mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And the one who was saying, nah, they can't scare me. I guaranteed by the end of the night they'd be screaming.
Yeah, because they're not taking notice because they're talking their mouth off so much.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, that would have been fun.
Oh,
that would have been really fun.
Loved it.
And very creative. You would have had to, work out different ways of scaring people.
Different tactics.
Different tactics, yeah. And you had several different places that you used to use?
There are about 10 places on rotation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And we had to go some places we couldn't go inside because they were just not safe.
Okay.
We had an old hospital which was full of asbestos. Didn't want to go in there, which thank God for that.
Yeah, no.
We had an old abandoned hotel which we had full rain around.
Oh, yeah.
That was a creepy place.
Yeah.
It had been abandoned for some time, but it was used by some homeless people.
Oh, yes.
And so one of us had to go in first and make sure there was no one there by scaring them off.
Yes, scaring them.
Continue the tour.
Yeah.
But that was fun. That was a great job. I used to love that job.
Yeah.
And it was always good because you never knew who you got.
No. And were they mainly tourists from out of town?
Most of the time they were locals, actually.
Oh, really? Okay. They'd heard about it and thought, let's do this on a Friday night.
That's it.
Yeah.
We even had a few nuns come along, which was exciting.
Oh, really? Yeah. God bless them.
It was great. We had an old convent that we went to.
Oh, yeah.
And they could fill in more of the history. Because we had some of the history, but we couldn't get all of it, but they filled in the rest of it.
Yeah. And it's great to have history.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When we stayed at the old Pentridge jail at Christmas, we went for a walk through H Division, which they've still got the cells there. It's like a 2-level jail system where all the worst of the prisoners went to H Division. It was a very violent place. And this historian that took us through that, he was so knowledgeable. He was fantastic, He said he still gets prisoners, ex-prisoners, because it only closed in the 90s, I think.
It did.
That had been through there. And so he gets extra information from them. I was wondering, because I am a bit of an empath and intuitive, and I thought, oh, I wonder if I feel anything. I did do a little bit of protection around me because I am so empathic, it can send me off. But only one of the rooms I got the chills from, so I quickly backed out of that room. But it was so interesting seeing how they left their beds and their radios and their writing boards and all sorts of bits and pieces there. They just walked out the day they were let out.
Wow.
It was so interesting. Yeah, very interesting. It's so 1800s that place was built. So if you get people in Melbourne, if you ever get to go, you want to go somewhere different. Yeah, the actual hotel is called Adina, and it's in the grounds of the jail area. But they have beautiful bars and a lovely restaurant, and it's just great. So
fantastic stuff.
Check it out. It's out near Coburg, so not too far out of the city. And it was lovely. So I love that historical stuff. It's really interesting, isn't it?
It really is, especially looking at how they've actually built the hotel, essentially incorporated it into the cells.
Oh, right into it, yeah. And they left, so all the restaurant and the bar that I was talking about, they were all cells. Yes. So they're all the bluestone or sandstone. I forget what sort of stone it was. And they've just sort of knocked out a wall. You can sit in a cell with beautiful table and chairs and have your cocktails and little canapes. And it's just gorgeous.
It's also an interesting conversation point if you're talking to someone and say, oh, I'm in prison tonight. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Recommend anyone to go there. It was really, really lovely. Then you worked for?
Then I did a little bit of work at JCU. I was doing enrollment help there, specifically for screen reader access.
Oh, yeah.
But then I worked for Vision Australia, where I was an assistive technology specialist for 3 years.
And that's where I met you.
That's where you met me? Holy crap. That's
virtually the first or second week, probably the second week you were there, I think.
I believe you were my second week, yeah.
Yeah.
So usually they have an induction period, which lasts for a week, but I'd been seeing clients since my first hour on the job. They were desperately in need of an ATS.
Just throw her in at the... That's it. Yeah, she'll sink or swim.
So that was a fun time. I learned a lot at Vision Australia.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you how much I learned because I've probably forgotten most of it. But my mentor, brilliant man named Damien McMorrow, he is completely blind, has been since birth. And he is one of the best teachers I've ever had. He taught me the ins and the outs of the NDIS system, which is a fun system to navigate.
Yes.
I know, don't get Liz started, yep.
I just don't understand. Give the administrator the money and, send her the bills.
That's it. He taught me all of the new technology that comes out and where to go to actually explore and trial things. Taught me a lot in terms of report writing because there's an art form to that.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You've seen the reports?
Yes. You have to do a lot of that.
They are ridiculous, but also showed me how I can incorporate JAWS a lot better because for my work that I was doing beforehand, I'd stopped using JAWS. So I had to relearn it and reintegrate it very quickly. And he was a brilliant teacher.
And was he interstate or somewhere?
He's based in Coorparoo in Brisbane.
Brisbane.
But he is now the product owner of assistive technology at Vision Australia. So he's nationwide. He works everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Busy man.
Yeah.
But I left Vision Australia and went to Guide Dogs.
Yeah.
And did 3 years at Guide Dogs. And then made the scary decision to work for myself.
Yeah.
Which has been the best work decision I've ever made.
Yeah. You were ready for it, I think.
I absolutely was. And it's good because I can work at my pace, which
Yes.
is usually breakneck anyway. I don't have to worry about muting my audio. I can have Jaws talk to me without delay. And essentially being my own boss means I set the rules.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And if you're not well one day, you can just readjust everything. You don't have to worry about putting the company out of
That's it.
nose out of joint.
If you're honest with people and you just say, hey, look, work up with me, or hey, I've got something wrong, people are very accepting. They don't care.
They are. That's right. It goes both ways, doesn't it? Like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've known you've cancelled some appointments because you haven't been feeling well.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's always totally fine. Health comes first.
Yeah, exactly. You can't concentrate when you don't feel well. So,
God, no.
It's a waste of everyone's time. And here you are.
That's it.
Working in your own office, and it's wonderful. So, and I know you do subcontract to another organisation where you go away sometimes.
Yeah, I work with Pacific Vision Australia, formerly Pacific Vision International, but now Australia. And I'm the blindness product specialist, they call me.
Okay.
Which I have another specialist to add to my degree. So that's cool.
Yes.
So I basically work with all of the clients who want access to Braille equipment. So
it's mainly Braille. It's mainly Braille.
But also screen readers like JAWS, because I'm the only one at Pacific Vision who's certified with JAWS. So I do everything from JAWS to voiceover to Envision glasses, so wearable technology to Braille equipment.
Oh, yeah.
You name it, I pretty much cover it.
Good luck with that. Braille isn't easy. Oh,
it's not. There's 3 levels of the bloody thing.
Yeah, exactly. I learned I think it's is it grade 2 Braille?
Grade 1 is the letters and
the letters. Yeah. Okay, grade 1 then. I learned that, but that took a year.
I'm not surprised.
That was in my 30s.
Yeah. I'm not surprised, Liz. It takes time, and kids are sponges. They can pick up information.
Yeah. I should have been taught Braille, from an early age, because I really didn't have enough sight, even with a Visualette. That's the magnifier I used through school. It just wasn't good enough. I didn't get any help, really. Someone blew up a maths book, but I could still barely see that.
Yep.
So, high school was virtually like just sit there, or my girlfriends would read off the board and I would write into my book or onto my paper or whatever. Never got any other help. My primary school was what they called a special school. I did start off at normal school, ordinary school, but they realised pretty quickly that I couldn't see anything on the blackboard. So they rang Mum and said, oh, look, I think you better get Liz to an ophthalmologist. And she took me to an ophthalmologist, and that first ophthalmologist said I was putting it on. I was pretending. I couldn't see. Oh, my God. Anyway, she took me straight to the INU hospital, and, they found I had retinitis pigmentosa and Stargardt's disease. So then I was sent to Carinbank in Kew, which was a fantastic school. I know people go on about, they loved, which you loved your ordinary school, but this was just for people with partial sight. There weren't any totally blind people there. And the teachers were all specially taught. They had extra knowledge, I suppose. And there was only about, say, 10 in a grade. I think there was only about 40 to 50 in the whole school.
Oh, wow.
And, it was very, very good. And I just loved those 6 years I was there. And then I was thrown out into a girls' school, and the teachers weren't prepared. Nobody was prepared. I was just thrown out into the wide world, and it was terrible.
So the structure for you wasn't really there until...
No. I think it was 1970. Zoe when I went to high school, the year I went to high school. So I don't think integration had really got up and going at that stage. Well, it didn't for me anyway. So, yeah, it was pretty ordinary. So then I was out of school at 15 and a half. My dad was dying of lung cancer and he wanted me to be settled in a job before he died.
Yeah.
So I went to the RVIB, which is Vision Australia now.
Yep.
And learned telephonist work. So then they got me a telephonist job. I started work on my 16th birthday, which was great, at Myers at Northland. That was my first job. And then Dad died and we went overseas. My parents are from Ireland, from Belfast.
Yeah.
And Mum wanted to go back and see her family. So we went there for 3 months. And they wouldn't hold my job back at Myers, so I had to get a new job and I got a job in a finance company on a double switchboard. So there's 2 girls, 2 of us there. Yeah. And then I got married and had babies. So that was it for, 30 years. But, thinking about what aids I had, really the visual aid was the only thing. And I had a tiny monocular when I was in grade 6, trying to see if I could see the black book with that. And I still couldn't see it, still couldn't see a word really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was hopeless. So really I didn't start with technology until the early 90s. And I think a little computer came out called Arctic Business Vision. It was only a really tiny sort of computer. And then about in 1993, I remember starting to use JAWS. And I had learned touch typing at high school. So I was fine with that. And I can't even remember who taught me JAWS back then, but maybe I just fumbled my way through it. I cannot remember. Gosh, I'd be lost without JAWS. It's just fantastic. I use it for shopping, looking for any information around the world, writing up documents, writing up my recipes, hundreds of ways I use JAWS. It's just fantastic.
On a daily basis?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And it's not something you can just kind of stop using and get the knack of again?
No, especially when you've been teaching me like new keys or different shortcut keys. If you don't use them sort of every day for a while, it's very hard to remember them at my age. So,
and there's so bloody many of them.
And there's so many of them, that's right. But luckily you give me the lovely little help sheets and I can go back and look at those and, there's that section. Yep, right, that reminds me. So they've been really helpful.
It's always great when I'm like, how do you do that, Liz?
Yes.
You think about it like, is this it? Yes.
Yes. And I'm so proud of myself, I think, I got it. But sometimes it's, no, try again. No, try again. I think you give me 3 times and then you say, would you like me to tell you?
Yeah.
Patient girl, that's for sure.
It's always good, though, because technology advances quick.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
And I work in a lot of school settings, so Braille equipment and setting up screen readers and things. And when I was young, see, I've reached the age where I can say that. As I said, I only had access to magnification.
Yeah.
But the kids these days, they get JAWS, they get Braille devices, they get you name it.
Well,
and
buggers,
you can get it through the education department. It's fantastic. It's great.
Yeah.
I really like it.
It is.
Things like Braille are really good for grammar and punctuation and spelling and sentence structure.
And that's what I suffer from. I have I just make my own grammar up. That's it. This is Liz's grammar. And then Zoe has to look at it and say, okay, we're changing it to Zoe's grammar. University grammar, I call it. Yeah.
And I can always say most of the time, I never have to say, what the hell is this?
I'll throw in a comma anywhere where I speak it out and I think, that should have a comma in there. But, yeah, any other punctuation, I tell you what. And, yeah, and they weren't great on spelling. They said to my mother, Mum used to say, but Elizabeth's spelling's terrible, you know. And they used to say, but she spells how she sounds it out. That's fine. We're happy with that. Used to drive Mum crazy.
That's actually really interesting because there was your teachers that were saying,
yes.
Yeah,
yes.
wow.
This was in primary school. Yeah, but no, wasn't good. Well, is there anything else we need to speak about today? Any technology? I've got lots of stuff in my kitchen that I use. There's the talking computer, the talking scales, liquid level. I don't use that so much now because I listen with my ears, the level of water going in the cup.
Yep.
The mug. Yeah.
I use my finger to check the level.
Oh, yeah, yep. Oh, there's the stovetop. There's a stovetop cooker which speaks. Haven't used mine yet. I bought one.
Yep. Let me know how it goes, hey?
Yeah, so many other things. The talking clocks and watches, the Apple Watch. I love that. I bought one before Christmas, so that's a really good one to have. Haven't got it on at the moment. I bought it mainly for hard falls, so it can contact my husband or my girlfriend and her husband who live nearby. Because I've had a couple of falls, so yeah. But
not to mention one a while ago, you told me you had an issue with your spine that took me completely by surprise after a bloody fall.
Oh, yes, yeah. When we first come out to, we live at Cuttable, and yeah, I was a bit cross about something and it was my own fault. And I was watering plants out on the balcony, which is about 4 big steps up. I'd watered the plant and I'd turned around and put 1 foot back, which just went in the air. I screamed, fell down on concrete, laid there for a while thinking, oh, my God, this is it. I bet I've done something bad here, broken something. There was no pain. I got up after a few minutes. I sent the dogs off in the neighbourhood because I screamed so loud. And I got up and I didn't even have a bruise. So we don't know if the cracked spine was over that or about 8 months later I had 2 seizures. One seizure at home and one seizure in the hospital. So it was either one of those that put a small crack in my spine, which is healing up slowly, thank goodness. You've got to be so careful if you're not thinking, not concentrating. And I found that too with my mobility. If I was wandering off, you've got to concentrate still when you're using your cane or a guide dog. And I've used 3 guide dogs over 30 years.
Yep.
You can relax a lot more with a guide dog, but you still got to be alert, especially when you're crossing roads, coming up to gutters and all that sort of thing. So
I think from what I've seen, there's this kind of expectation that guide dogs make it almost easy to do things, but there is a lot of training and a lot of skills development, and you have to be on the ball.
It's exhausting.
It is
exhausting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's so much to learn. And I really wasn't a dog person. I had to have extra tutorial on looking after my first guide dog because you have to check their teeth, you have to check their ears, you have to check under their bellies. You have to feel all these areas. And I really wasn't a dog person, I had to, learn how to brush him properly, how to wash him. I had extra tutorials on that. And but I was great with the other dogs, it was all good. I'd learned that. And even learned how to put my finger in their mouth.
Yeah.
I learned how to trust them. But there is a lot to go with a dog, whereas a cane you just fold it up and put it away. But I still did enjoy my guide dogs. I did, yeah. Yeah.
See, I've done guide dogs training. It's a huge adjustment going from cane to dog.
Yes.
So I'm right hand dominant, and so I use my cane with my right.
Yes, that's
But
same.
with your guide
Yeah,
dog, you have to use your left.
that's right.
And that alone is a big adjustment. But also, I move very slowly because that's just safely for me. But with a guide dog, you've got to match their pace.
You do, yeah. Well, they try and match the dog to your pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's usually faster than what you walk anyway, I've found with my dogs. Yeah, oh, maybe Yuma, the middle dog, she might have been a little bit slower, but yeah, Lockie and Amber, first and third dog, they were quite sprightly. So, yeah, it's a big consideration after you've used a cane for years, looking into getting a dog, because there is a lot more to it than using a cane.
Absolutely. And it's not a decision to make lightly.
No, oh no. And then you've got to think about holidays, taking the dog on holidays or getting them boarded.
Yep.
Sometimes we take them on a holiday and sometimes we get them boarded in wonderful kennels. And she looked, I think half the time she took them up to her house. She lived on the property and she just loved my guide dog. They got the penthouse. She always called it the penthouse. It was like a big pen, right? And then she'd take them out for an actual walk around the farm each day, and none of the other dogs got this. So they were just lovely. Yeah. So they're things you have to consider when getting a dog. Well, we might wrap it up for today. I think we've covered a lot.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
It's been lovely. Yeah, thanks for coming on, Zoe.
Anytime.
And I'll talk to you later on.
Look forward to it.
Bye, Zoe. Thank you.
Catch you later. Bye.